estimated 20 million women either going through menopause or they're showing signs leading up to it. So here to get real about menopause is Emmy Award-winning journalist and menopause advocate, Tamsen Fadal. Tamsen! Okay, first of all, girl, I'm so glad you're here. Okay, now most women, that they are afraid of menopause, okay? Now you say that we gotta change our mindset about menopause.
Yeah, we have to, because when we hear menopause, we hear old, invisible, not relevant. That is not the case. These women are thriving. We have women in their 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s doing amazing, amazing things. That mindset has to change.
It's not the mindset that I'm thriving. It's when I wake up in the middle of the night and I'm panting and I'm hot here and I'm cold there and I'm walking. So I hear you changing the mindset. Yeah. Now, so Tamsen, people are learning about menopause through social media. Why do you think menopause is trending so much?
Well, listen to this. I was so shocked when I heard this. 1 billion women are going to be in menopause globally by the year 2025. 1 billion women. So we kind of rule the world right now.
Oh, all
so
right.
That's why you're hearing about it everywhere.
Oh, my goodness. So it's just like, I'm just reading about it everywhere.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you're here because I just want to get real about menopause,
right,
okay? Can we just like talk?
Let's talk.
Okay, good.
Let's be
now,
honest.
I want to talk about, now, menopause comes with certain things. I know changing your mindset, but now that we're getting more seasoned, we're getting older, dating can be a little tricky because our body is going through changes, i.e. I don't even want none and I need it back.
I know.
So, like, how do you handle that?
I know. It's like, where's my libido go?
Where
is it?
Like, in my mind, I'm horny as heck, but my body's not following my mind.
Nothing else is happening,
Nothing
right?
else is happening.
You know, you've got to be honest with yourself about your body and where it's at and what you need to do. Know your body. And it's really hard, especially when we're talking about dating, because you've got to be honest with yourself and honest with the person you're dating. And if you can't do that, that's a problem, right? You've got to tell the person, like, look, this is what I'm going through right now. I've got hot flashes, I'm sweating, I have low libido, I got brain fog, I don't even remember
You want me to tell Lenny Kravitz all of that? You want me to say all of that to Lenny Kravitz?
You have to. Oh, Lenny, I don't know about that.
I'm supposed to tell Lenny, I'm going through it. It's not you, it's me. I'm just going through it. I'm good. The hot flashes. Sometimes I
It'll pass, Lenny.
This man just ran around butt naked in the forest. Girl, okay, so if I'm supposed to tell him this, then you got to, how do you what are some tips on like reigniting the romance spark during menopause?
Well, I got to tell you something. You know, I got remarried at 50 years old. So I was like the
You better go on, stop now.
I was like the menopausal bride. But I wrote a letter to my soon-to-be husband about what was going on, because I was a different girl from the person that was dating. I had to. I wrote him a letter to tell him what was going on with me, because it was hard to articulate. It was hard to articulate. Okay. It's not you, it's me. I'm going through these changes with my body. This is not the body I recognize, but I want you to know I love you and I want to be with you, but you got to be patient with me.
So did you leave this? Did he get this after he came out the shower and got in the bed and there was a letter sitting there on the pillow?
On the pillow.
Really?
No, I gave it to him. I did. Because it was hard to talk about. It's hard to articulate what's going on in our bodies.
Okay, so I gotta, all right, so.
I'm gonna help you with your Lenny letter.
No, I'm gonna write that, that letter is going to Trevor, no. Okay, I'm just. You said, shoot, look, I'm telling you. Yeah, okay. All right, so I got the dating thing in the romance thing with menopause. Can we talk about menopause at work?
Yes.
All right, what do we do when we're at work and suddenly get a hot flash in a meeting or while you're sitting in a chair doing hot topics? You know, what do you do?
Well, that's a good time for it. I think that's a good time for it during the hot topics. I got to tell you something. I talked to a woman recently and said I wanted to rip off my shirt in a meeting. Like I was so hot. Because it was coming like from my hair. It was coming up through my body. Yes. So, you know, I think you've got to be open to normalize this conversation. There's nothing we can do without being really open about this. And the fact you're doing this here and talking about it and men hearing this conversation.
Yes.
Because I know we have some men on this show that are big advocates of it.
Yes.
And I think that's a really big deal. I carry a neck fan with me, too, by the way.
Yeah,
I brought you one here. And this
so the
goes
neck
around
fan.
my neck.
This is so good.
Put this on and just feel it.
And you can feel the air,
Do you
like
feel
hitting
that?
your neck. Ooh,
yeah,
good, yes.
And I carry this.
And the vibration feel good too. So, two things. Serves a double purpose.
It's supposed to be for your neck, but you can do anything you want with it, Sherri.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Because here's the thing, this is why it's so cold on the set. Because when I'm hot flashing, everybody, I know the audience is like freezing, but I get a hot flash and I tell everybody, like I'm sitting there and I can't breathe and I'm sweating in my wig and I can feel
all of it.
So crazy.
Who hasn't had a hot flash though? And you feel if you're in menopause or perimenopause, you feel that. And there's another thing to do at work. You know, there are a lot of workplaces doing policy right now, and I think that's really an awesome thing. So women are not afraid to go into their HR department and say, like, look, we need a policy to help us out. We're going through symptoms. We're working later than we've ever worked before in the workplace. 50+ women take over the workplace in some places.
So they need to write some policies for us, like we're going through it.
And it's happening.
Okay, so I want to ask you, for women who are in their 40s, you're experiencing hair loss, the brain fog, gaining weight, that's really scary because you're not sure what's happening. So do you have any advice for women who are going through perimenopause?
Yeah, it's really not a word that we'd ever talked about. I hadn't heard of it before I was actually going through it. You can be in perimenopause up to 10 years before you hit. I know.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry, but you really can. But you know, you've got to be able to be open about this with your doctor, because there are things you can do. You can consider hormone therapy, which is something that some doctors are not comfortable talking about. So you have to find one that's comfortable talking about hormone therapy. There's different supplements that you can take to just kind of help out a little bit. You've got to be able to have that open conversation. Another thing that you do is you work out. Strength training is a big deal when it comes to perimenopause and helping you feel a little bit better.
So the working out.
A big deal.
You think I should tell Lenny Kravitz to get my medication before he comes? Like all my hormone medication?
Tell him to pick up a patch on the way.
Oh, gosh, girl, it's just so much. I'm hot flashing right now. It's just so much. Tamsen, I'm so glad you're here because I get to talk real with you about menopause. Thank you so much.